Hey, this is a Dymo Labelwriter 450 Turbo, and this is the most common label printer for printing barcodes in Shopify and Vend. So this one here's got a problem. It's a very common problem with these. When you press the feed button, it should just feed one label. If it feeds a whole bunch of labels like that, you're never going to get it to work properly. You might be able to get it to print some labels, but it'll never be working correctly because it's not detecting the gap. It should just be printing one. So how do we fix that? Take the labels out of it carefully. This is the release lever, so this takes the tension off the thermal printing head here. So you pull that backwards and then get that out. You might find it's quite difficult to get. Don't just grab it and rip it, because you'll end up with more labels stuck inside. Carefully try and maneuver it out of there. Then you're going to take the front cover off. You do that just by pulling upwards on this, so those two clips at the front come loose. Then lift it up a little bit and pull it off like that. And you'll see we've got a label jammed in here. I know because I jammed it in there so I could show you on this video. So the easiest way to be able to get that out of there, you want to move this gap and then lift this forward, and that gives you access to this sensor. Chances are there's a label stuck in here under the sensor or underneath in here. We can see this one here quite easily, so we're going to grab this and we're going to try and pull that out of there. This head here, this roller will move around a little bit, but okay, so we're going to grab hold of it and do a feed, see if that'll help us get it out of there. No. Okay, so we're just going to have to give it a yank, and we managed to get that out all in one bit. Have a look and see if there's any corners missing or anything. Probably still stuck in there. Now if you do still have something stuck in there, your best way to get them out is with a business card. Now you're just going to roll this up a bit so that it's kind of on the same sort of angle as your labels. And then you can put that down just under that sensor. That's the sensor right there that detects the label gap. So you need to make sure that the label's going through that correctly. So you can put that in there a little bit, release that tension, and just move it around slowly, move it backwards and forwards, and hopefully when it pops out here you'll have a bit of label stuck to it that you can take off and get your machine working again properly. A little bit harder to pull back the other way, so you're probably better to take it all the way through. Just very carefully, there's delicate little bits of plastic in there. If you screw it up and you break something off, better off getting another printer. They're not really worth spending too much time on repairing. Like they're less than a couple $100, like $100 an hour to get anybody to look at anything these days. Okay, so we're going to put the label back through. Make sure you've got a nice edge on there. Even peel off a label so then you don't have to worry about it getting jammed in there to get it started. If it's got enough tension to do it that way, otherwise you might need to leave a label on there. So we'll release that off, see if we can feed that through. Might still be something in there. Let's just fold that over, give us a little bit more tension on it. There we go, get that feeding through there. Now sometimes the printer wants to auto feed. If it grabs it and tries to put it through itself, that's okay, just be real careful you've got it steering properly, otherwise it'll get jammed up in there and you'll have the same sort of issue. Okay, now if we close that lid even with it like this, give it a feed just to make sure it's going to work. And it's not, so we've still got something jammed in there. So we will take this out, see if we can find what's going on in there, if I haven't damaged it. Try and move anything on there that might be stuck on it. Release that lever and push it through. It seems pretty clear. Okay. Try again. Maybe we'll turn the power off and on. Okay. Pull the plug out, give it a reset. There we go. Once it's doing that, there's a good chance it's going to print fine. So it's detecting the gap in the label every time you press the button. This one should be good to go. Cool, if you've got any questions, throw us a message.